I moved to Miami to become a course guru scammer. If you want my free course on how to make $1 million online in 10 minutes, it's really easy. It's passive income, and all you have to do is pay for the course, buy my course, and apply the principles. I'm kidding. um, but I did move to Miami though. I moved to Miami. There are a lot of course gurus out here who are, scamming or doing shady stuff. I will never do that though. But I moved to Miami, and I'm from LA, and I was in Salt Lake City. That was my last place. All my other videos and my last raw talk where I was like, oh, I made 28K in 1 month or in a week. That was in Salt Lake City. By the way, full transparency, I didn't actually make 28K because, well, I did 28K in sales, right? And I think about 16K of it I collected in cash, and then the rest of it was sitting in payment plans. And I was like, oh yeah, of course I'll collect on all that, but I didn't actually end up collecting on all the payment plans. So, cause some of them canceled or churned or whatever, whatever. So, full transparency, that last post, I actually only made probably 20K, cause I didn't end up collecting on all of it. But anyways, so yeah, this is gonna be another raw talk video. I'm just gonna talk about I accomplished a big goal. I moved to a big city with a city view, and that's been my dream for years now. And I literally accomplished my dream. So I'm gonna talk about how I got here, maybe a little bit of value and sauce on how I got here, and then how the business is going right now, and then I'll probably also riff on the whole online course industry or course coaching industry, right? So how did I get here? Dude, to be honest, I just grinded for 2 years. I'm about a year and a half. I'd say a year and a half to 2 years in. I'd say a year and a half. I'm about a year and a half into my online business journey. And when I started, I was in college. I was I knew I wanted more, and I was I can do this. Online money, I knew it was always a thing. I went to college and kind of got sidetracked by just the normal 9 to 5 route. But then I knew I would never do that. I would never get a job. I would never get a job. I don't want to apply to internships and just do regular stuff. I was there are dumbass kids out here making millions of dollars online. And I was I'm no different, so I'm going to do this. And I did it. And at the beginning, it was really, really tough. I got my first client for $3,000 a month back in probably August of 2023, maybe around there. I started back in last summer of 2023, and I was just grinding. I was into video editing and video creation, so I was doing that, and I just wasn't making any money. But I got my first client about a year ago. His name is Eddie. Shout out Eddie if you're watching this. And I was helping him basically sell a course. He did really well with Amazon FBA, and that's a make money online business model. And he wanted to get in the whole courses thing, so I built the course for him, and I did all the marketing. I got him took him from 0 to 60,000 followers, and he paid me a lot. He probably lifetime value was probably 12K or somewhere around there. He paid me 12K all in all, and I did a lot of work for him. Honestly, I didn't really know what I was doing back then, so I may have overcharged a little bit, but I was starting out, and he was supporting, and he's got a lot of money anyways. So we've come a long way, and my biggest sauce advice value for how maybe if you're watching this and you're you want to move to a big city and get an apartment with a city view and just make money online and make 10K a month, and not work a job. If you want to do that, right? I did, then my biggest advice is just start. Just start and don't quit. My whole thing is you either make $1 million or you quit or you give up. There's only two options. You either make $1 million or you give up. There's only two things that can happen in life. So, yeah. Um, this video isn't going to be really like marketing, you know, like I'm not going to try and pitch you on my course or anything. And I'm not going to try and pitch you and try and sell you in this video. This is just like honest, full transparency. I just want to give you like a picture of where I'm at right now so that, you know, maybe you can get some insights or value from it. But yeah, after that, and then I was running a content agency, which basically means like I was making videos for people in exchange for money, and I was editing them and doing the scripts and ideas. And then I started working with like Cynthia. She's like another Amazon seller, and she's like one of probably my second client ever. And yeah, I was just doing her editing, doing her videos and stuff, and she was paying me like $2K a month. Then I got like a couple more clients, and with the content agency, I was really only making like $5K a month. And then after that, I kind of shut that whole thing down, and then I just decided to do a low ticket school. I think when I was at about like 30,000 followers on Instagram, I was like, let me do a low ticket school. And that's basically like course, community, whatever. That's when I first like got into like coaching, right? I got into coaching because I hit 30,000 followers, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm qualified now to like just coach on how to hit 30,000 followers, like how to go viral, right? Because I had done it myself. And I saw the whole like route, all right? I saw the whole like online business space and how it works. Basically, like you start off doing a service, right? And then typically what people do is they move into coaching, right? And coaching is good, like it's very valuable, but a lot of people do it wrong, and they just like don't give a good program, and that's why it has such a bad stigma. But I was doing low ticket, so it was like $50 a month, so it was very worth it. It wasn't like wasn't like bad, and I was only making like $3K a month from that. Did the low ticket school, and then what really helped me was Brady. Shout out Brady, bro. If you're watching this, you're goated. And honestly, like I'm about to plug you right now because you honestly like helped me do all this. So I was only making like, I never hit 10K a month, and it wasn't until I got coaching from Brady. And basically how that went is like I was running a low ticket school community, right? School. And Eddie Cumberbatch was like the first guy to like really do the whole school thing. And fuck, I need to redo this. No, I fuck it. I'm just gonna keep it. Whatever. If people don't watch this, whatever. Hopefully you're still watching. But like Eddie Cumberbatch started the whole like school wave, right? Him, and he was making content and school, online course, community. I joined his thing, and basically Brady is the actual coach, right? Eddie and Brady were partners, but it was basically like Brady's whole business. And I got into their low ticket, which was actually free at the time. They were doing a free trial. And then I basically got upsold, and I paid $2,800 at the time. Their price was $2,800, and I paid $2,800 for coaching from Brady. And I had been through a lot of coaching programs before. I paid $8,000. I paid $2,800. I paid $8K to Boris. I paid $2,800 to Jeremy De Guzman. And Christian was actually one of my first coaches. I didn't pay him anything. He was just the homie, and he put me on game. I knew him from college. Shout out Christian if you're watching. You got me started. You really helped me get started. Actually, my very first coach even before that was Sanjeev. That was like a whole different story. But anyways, my point with all of this is that there's a lot of coaches out there, and Brady like actually helped me. The other coaches were good too. Don't get me wrong, they were good. It's just that like for $2,800, the value that I got was like 10 times what the other ones were. So, and like no disrespect, that's just like my humble opinion, Anyways, Brady helped me make my first 10K a month, and basically I like pulled up to a group call, and he was like, "Oh, Jason, what's up?" And then he was like, "All right, you're gonna do 5 spots, $2,250 each, and you're gonna like teach people how to go viral, and you're gonna make your first 10K a month." And so I did it, and I made my first 10K a month, and that was back in June of this year. And now it's November. And ever since then, I've been making around, I think it was like 10K a month. Then I did another, I think it was like 16, and then it dropped to 8. And then last month was 13. And things are going good now. So I've been making about 10K a month revenue, right, for the past like 4 months. And then I immediately, when I made my first 10K a month, I moved out of my parents' house because I dropped out of college. To go all in. I hadn't made any money. I just like went balls deep and just said fuck it, and really just dropped out of college and just was doing the online business thing. And so I immediately moved out. I moved to Salt Lake City, and Salt Lake City was boring. They're like Mormon and weird. And now, like 4 months of making 10K a month, now I moved into this apartment. This apartment costs $4,000 a month, and I'm splitting it with my roommate Cade. So I'm paying $2K a month for rent, and I have like software expenses that's like $1,000 a month, and some other expenses. But yeah, doing pretty well now. That's basically like my entire story of like how I actually got to this point right now, summed up. So if you're like starting, then hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight as to how one actually like gets. Now I'm in like the apartment with a nice view in a big city, right? That's how you get here. And what I'm doing now is I'm running a coaching business, right? So coaching, community, right? Like group calls, one-on-ones. And I'm just teaching people how to go viral on Instagram. That's my main thing. And yeah, I mean, I have 120,000 followers. I've been really good at content marketing. I've gone like stupid viral, and I've gotten really good results for myself. So I'm definitely qualified to coach on it. I have the results to back it up, and I've gotten results for clients too. Probably like James, Cynthia, Clinton, were some of my best case studies. Ryan, I helped. What's Eddie? Bro, I took Eddie from 0 to 6K. And who else? Gob, I got him like our first video together just popped off. Yeah, I got Max a 5 million view video. I'll be honest, like I do my best to get everyone results in my program, and so I really feel like I'm doing everything I can. Not everyone gets results though, because some people that's the problem with coaching is like some of it's on them, right? You have to like put in the work. I can give you all the knowledge, everything that you need, but if you don't actually like take action and put in the work, then coaching, it's not going to be worth it for you, So if you are going to buy coaching, like you need to actually fully commit to it. Don't just buy it expecting that everything's going to work out and it's going to be all done for you, right? That's kind of one of the disadvantages of coaching is if you're like, you need to put in some work, right? I do a lot of done for you stuff though too. Like I place editors for my clients now too. Anyways, so it's going well right now. Yeah, made 13K last month. Probably gonna make like 15, maybe 20 this month. We'll see. Revenue again. And I'm just kind of just sitting back and taking it in because this is a really big accomplishment. And when I first did online business, everyone kind of like, I could feel people kind of like looking at me weird. I don't know if that's just all in my head, but a lot of the people I knew from college, I don't know, they were like telling me that I should just get my degree because I dropped out in my 4th year. Like I was about to finish, and they were basically like, well, you should probably get your degree, like just in case this doesn't work out. And I started doing it, and I even like get like sarcastic comments from some of the college, like one person in particular, like I don't know, I feel like it's sarcastic, like they comment, but anyways, my point is like, now that I've achieved the goal and I actually am like in a, I live on my own, I pay rent, I'm in a Miami apartment, like it's pretty fucking sick. And so now I get to show it off and basically be like, I told you so. Like, look, bitch, I fucking did it. And you were like talking shit about me, And so I think about that sometimes, like what other people think. But, it's whatever. I mean, mostly I'm just proud of myself, and I'm not really too like worried about it. But like I think all entrepreneurs like do they have that in the back of their mind always. It's like I want to prove people wrong. That's kind of one of the big driving factors for a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in the beginning. Is like they want to prove people wrong, their parents, their friends, anyone who ever doubted them. I always thought like I was like, dude, like whoever is doubting me, like I'm gonna make them realize they were wrong, like, and that just drives you to really like work hard. But I'm trying to like not worry about it as much, because all of the people whose like opinions I really value, all the people I really care about and whose opinions I actually value, they have supported me since day one. Like people like my hometown friends like Jaden, Andrew, and like who else? A lot of my college friends, like I can tell that they've always Owner was my roommate in college. Like they've supported me since day one. And that's also because they've actually like lived with me and been with me around me in person. So they saw the fucking work that I was putting in. But, there were others who just, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I did it now. So, I'm kind of like past the point of the struggle phase in the beginning, where you don't have any results, you have nothing to show for it, you're not making money, and you really just have nothing to show for it. Like in my very first YouTube video, if you go back and watch that was back when I had nothing to show for it. And it was tough. And it's also lonely. When you start entrepreneurship, that's a whole different like life and mindset thing that not a lot of other people are going to understand. And you really, from that point on, you really only can truly relate to like other entrepreneurs, because that's your life. Like once you become an entrepreneur, your entire life is business. It's not like, oh, you go to work and then you have work and then you have a personal life. Entrepreneurship is like, it's just one thing. Like it's all work. Your entire life is work. So yeah, I mean, I'm proud of myself for, I made it happen. And I'll be super transparent. Like not barely, but like, like I need to start saving. I was going to say like, oh, I barely was able to afford to move in here, but that's not true. Like I wasn't super comfortable, but it was kind of like a little bit risky. As long as like I just keep making money, everything's gonna be fine. And then just don't spend on any like stupid coaching programs, right, or whatever. I got Brady for like a whole year, so I'm chilling. I don't think I need any more coaching programs. When you're at the beginning though, you are gonna need like a lot of coaching. But yeah, so anyways, like I need to start saving. I'm up until this point, like all the money that I've made, I pretty much just reinvested all of it back into the business, or just paid for personal expenses like groceries, rent, utilities, like basic living stuff. And so I haven't like saved much. Like I'll be honest. Like right now I have about like $8,000 cash right now. Full transparency, right? And so, but that's not the full picture, because I bring in a lot of money each month and then a lot of it goes out. So it's like, but right now I have about like $8,000 cash. And what I need to do is stack up that cash. So, I have like 10K or 20K or 30K cash in the bank, Cade, my roommate, has like $40,000 in the bank, cash. That like if anything bad happens, like he can always like make rent, pay for groceries, like just basic living stuff. You know, if his entire business were to like crumble to the ground, like he could still survive for like, you know, a couple months, like 6 months or a year, actually, I think it was, based on his like monthly expenses and what he has saved up, right? If I don't make money, like I'm basically fucked. So that's not a good position to be in. A lot of people are like, oh, you need to have like abundance mindset and just like abundance mindset, just like spend and just make more money, right? But that's kind of flawed. Like a lot of the coaches out there are like abundance mindset, just make more money. But you need to like save, like you actually need to save and have a little bit of like scarcity mindset, right? It's like a balance and you need to find a good middle ground. But saving is actually like really, really important, right? And so, you know, for the next few months, and I'm also going to have to pay taxes, you know, and everything, and that's going to be a lot, right? So basically, as long as I don't majorly fuck up, I'll be fine. I just need to start putting away cash and building up that clock to where if my business completely crumbled, right, I could still live for like 4 or 6 months or a year, right? If you have enough cash in the bank to where you can keep up with all of your expenses for like a year without making any money, that puts you in a really good position because now you can think long term. I learned this all from Brady. But and Sam. I mean, Brady learned from Sam, and Sam probably learned from some other guy, right? It's all just like coaches coaching coaches coaching coaches. The whole like coaches coaching coaches thing is interesting because like it sounds kind of sketch at first, right? And it is sketch in some scenarios. Here's where it could get sketch, right? Here's an example. Is like if I am a coach, right, and I'm coaching you on how to be a coach, and I'm just telling you to do the same thing that I sold you on, right? Like let's say I'm gonna teach you how to make 10K a month, right? And then you get in, you pay me $2,000 a month, and I'm like, okay, just do the same thing I did. You're gonna teach other people how to make 10K a month, and that's a pyramid scheme, or not a pyramid scheme, but like it's just empty. There's no actual product, right? That's where it gets sketchy. But on the other hand, you know, I'm a coach who coaches coaches, and like I don't coach them on how to make 10K a month. I'm just coaching you on like how to go viral, right? How to go viral. And so that's like good because there's an actual product there, okay? I'm sure this is like a lot for probably if you're not into online business, then it's just going to go over your head. But basically like it works, okay? It's not a scam. It works. It's just you have to just have like integrity and like you have to have an actual service and an actual product that actually gets people like quantifiable results. As long as you're doing that, like you're all good. But there are a lot of scams and weird shit out there. One of my clients, Michael, the program that he was in before was basically like, I'm going to teach you how to make 10K a month. And then it was basically like, okay, just sell my course the course is like selling the course that you just bought. And it's like, you are the method, you know? So that's kind of sketch, but, yeah. Right now my main focus is like YouTube and, like just fulfillment for clients, right? And I just need to make a lot more long form content that is like valuable, right? This is not really value. This is just kind of like shooting the shit, right? This might be just like if you want to get to know me, kind of like see what it's like to just like chill out and hang out with me. But the value stuff is like where I teach you like ManyChat, how to grow on like the actual strategies and tactics and sauce that you can actually use to like grow your account and go viral on Instagram, probably YouTube now that I'm getting into it, right? And so I'll be dropping a lot more of that. And then for my clients too, I need to make course lessons. You have to constantly be updating the course, right? The people who run shitty programs, they just never update the course and it's like it becomes outdated. I need to redo the course and just constantly be making new course lessons so that they're like more educated, and then basically my clients can come to the group calls and one-on-ones with like higher level questions, because everything else they already know from the course content, right? And so I need to like create more course content. Making course content is actually like really hard. Like, it's really hard. It takes a lot of brain power, right? To make a course lesson that's like dense, valuable, and like good information. But that's what I have to do later today. It's Sunday, so, I'm working, but we were planning on maybe like going to the beach and just like getting outside, getting some sun, because, when you run an online business, most of the time you're just like cooped up in your room, just on your laptop all day long, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, so, Miami apartment, big W, big moment in my life. Another little transparency, vulnerability thing. I had to have my dad co-sign on the apartment with me, because the income that I was making like wasn't like it wasn't like like if you have a job, right? If you have a job and that's like steady income coming in every single month, that's like verifiable, they'll let you get the apartment, right? Because they know that you're gonna have like money coming in, right? But if you run a business, for me, and I've only been making 10K a month for like the past like 4 months, they're gonna be like, ooh, like that's not good enough. Like, we're not gonna let you have this apartment, right? So I had to have my dad co-sign. Shout out dad. I had to have my dad co-sign, which basically means that like if I don't make rent, like he's responsible, right? So don't worry, dad, I'm gonna make rent. No problem. But yeah, that's just another little bit that probably most of these online gurus won't talk about. Like, they're not gonna say like, oh yeah, I had to have my dad co-sign on the apartment with me. They're just gonna be like, yo, we just moved into this new crib and like I'm making $1 million, and like people only show like the highlights, people only talk about the good things, but they don't really talk about like the embarrassing things or the truth or like the reality or just like the day-to-day stuff, or like the reality of like actually what goes into this, And so I just try to be like super open, super transparent about exactly what's going on, right? So if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments and I will give you like an honest response about like whatever, like whatever. I'm not going to try and make it seem like I'm doing better than I really am. I feel like I gave you a pretty good honest picture of like how things are going right now. And I wish that, the online space needs that, because there's too many shitty fucking coaches out there who are just like only showing the highlights and are just not really like giving you the full picture, So it's just a lot of marketing, a lot of crazy marketing out there. But anyways, cool. Well, I hope this was insightful for some people, and make sure to subscribe because I will be dropping like some major sauce, like actual value for you guys. And I want to thank everyone, really. My dad, my mom, my little sister, all my friends, and all my clients too, especially the early on ones like Cynthia, Tom, Eddie, all my early on clients like, who supported me. Like, this would not have been possible. And I want to thank Brady too. Brady and Eddie, both of you guys. Goats. Really, none of it would have been possible without all these people, especially my parents. Love you guys. My ultimate goal is to take care of my parents. Like, I want to give back to my parents and like retire them and just get them, whatever they want. Put them in a nice home. They want that, by the way. They're like, we want to be in a nice home. Anyways. So, cool. Well, I think that's going to end this video. Whoever prayed on my downfall, you fucking lost. Because I'm in Miami. I'm in a dope-ass crib. I got a fucking sick-ass view. And you are just watching me do my shit. So, of Whoever preyed on my downfall, you lost. uh, yeah, but I'm just like super happy, bro. I'm just so happy that I'm in this like new apartment and I got over that lonely hump of entrepreneurship. All right, I'm going on, but basically big dubs, Miami apartment. I promise I'm not gonna crash out. I'm not gonna crash out. I'm not gonna become a fucking guru scammer. I am a guru, but like, you know, a good one. Not like the regular gurus. So, cool guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of me yapping about my life, because I'm so interesting. Anyways, hope you all have a good one. Good luck to all of you guys out there. Peace out.